Now, we will study today the types of muscles. There are three types of muscles: striated muscles or skeletal muscles. Second is the unstriated muscles or the smooth muscle fiber. And the third is the cardiac muscles. So, striated muscles, these muscles, they are the striated muscles or the skeletal muscles. These muscles, they are found around lying around the bones or the skeletal body, we can say. So these muscles are multinucleated. These clearly display longitudinal and cross striations of alternating light isotropic and dark anisotropic bands and are thus known as striated muscles. These muscles, nearly in all higher animals, are mostly found attached to the skeleton of the body and are involved with the skeleton movements. Therefore, they are called as the skeletal muscles. Microscopic studies reveal that the striated or skeletal muscles show both longitudinal and transverse striations. So, if we study the electron microscopic structure of the striated or skeletal muscles, you will observe that they are made up of both longitudinal as well as the transverse striations. The longitudinal striations are due to the myofibrils or myofilaments. They are made, longitudinal striations are made up of the myofilaments, or they are also called as the myofibrils, which are composed of the contractile proteins, which are made up of the contractile proteins. With the help of these contractile proteins, the muscles, they can move, they can contract and relax. So the contractile proteins are of two types, that is the actin and the myosin filaments. The actin filaments are the thin filaments, and so they are present, or they are occupying the light band, or they are present in the light bands, or we can say that the light bands, they are composed of the thin filaments, which are the contractile proteins and known as the actin filaments, whereas the thick filaments are the myosin filaments, which are present in the dark bands. So the longitudinal striations are due to the myofibrils or myofilaments, which are composed of the contractile proteins, the actin and myosin. The transverse striations occur periodically along the longitudinal axis of the muscle fiber, and these are due to the alternating light and dark bands. The light bands are widest transverse striations and are generally termed as the isotropic or I bands, while dark bands are the anisotropic or the A bands. Microscopic study in polarized light shows that the A bands are birefringent or double refractive, while on the other hand the I bands are simple refractive, or they give the simple refraction. So the isotropic bands are also known as the light bands, which are composed of the actin filaments, the thin filaments, and the anisotropic bands, they are the A band and composed of the thick filament, that is the myosin filaments. Electron microscopic studies show that the alternating light and dark bands, they are produced by the arrangement of two types of protein filaments. So when we say that the striated muscle fiber is made up of the longitudinal and transverse striations, which are showing the alternate arrangement of light and dark bands, it means that they are produced by alternate, or they are showing the alternate arrangement of the two types of filament, that is alternate arrangement of the thin filament with the thick filament, or the I band with the A band, or we can say the alternate arrangement of the actin filaments with the myosin filaments. The thick filaments, they are about 110 Armstrong. अगर हम लोग individual, if we consider the individual myosin filament, you will see that it is composed of about 110 Armstrong in diameter and 1.60 micron in length in fixed vertebrate muscle, lie parallel to one another about 450 Armstrong apart, and forms the anisotropic band or the A band, or we can say the dark band. They are probably made of the myosin protein. The other is the thin filament, which is about 50 Armstrong in diameter and 0.05 micron in length in vertebrate muscles are disposed in an orderly array between the thick filaments, and they are probably made up of the actin protein. Both of these types of filaments appear within the A band on each side of a centrally bisecting H band, which contains only thick myosin filaments. So you can see the alternate arrangement of the I band and the dark band, the light band and the dark band, or the I band and the A band, or we can say the actin filaments with the myosin filaments. Within the A band, that is the dark band, the myosin filaments are present. Again, they are bisected in the center, or they are centrally bisected, and that band is known as the H band, which contains only thick myosin filaments, the centers of which are slightly thickened as compared to the remaining portion of the H band, giving the image of another band termed M band. And within this H band, again there is some slightly thickened part of the myosin filament, so they are termed as the M band. Finally, in the center of each I band, there is a band of dense amorphous material termed the Z disc. So in the I band, you will see that there is a band of dense amorphous material, and that is known as the Z disc. Whereas in the A band, that is the dark band, the H band is present, and again centrally bisecting H band with a thickened, more thickened portion of the myosin filament is called as the M band. So within the I band, Z disc is present, and within the A band, H band, centrally bisecting H band. Again, so the H band is getting centrally bisected by the thickened myosin filaments called as the M band. So the dense Z disc cross the center of each I band, thereby dividing the myofibril into smaller units as sarcomeres. A sarcomere, it is defined as a repeating unit of the myofibril, and it represents the distance from one Z disc to the next. So a sarcomere is a unit of the myofibril or myofilaments, and it is measured, or it is the distance between the from one Z disc to the next, from one I band to the next I band. So it is the distance from one sarcomere is the distance, it is a repeating unit of myofibril, and it represents the distance from this Z disc to the next. These muscles are also called as voluntary muscles because their contractile activities are all under the control of the central nervous system rather than the autonomic nervous system. So these striated or skeletal muscles are also called as the voluntary muscles, as they are under the control of the central nervous system. These muscles are found not only in the higher category animals but also in the lower animals such as annelids, arthropods, mollusks, and non-segmented worms. Then the second type of muscles are the smooth muscles. In vertebrates, these muscles are also known as the involuntary and visceral muscles. Involuntary because the activities of these muscles are not under the control of the central nervous system, or they are not under the control of will, and thus they are controlled totally by the autonomic nervous system. And visceral because these muscles are found predominantly to be present in the visceral tissues or in the visceral organs. So they are also and visceral organs, we can say. So they are because these muscles, they are found predominantly in the visceral tissues such as in the walls of the circulatory system, in the respiratory walls of the respiratory system, in the walls of the alimentary or digestive tract, and in the walls of the urogenital tracts. So these are the smooth muscles or the unstriated muscles. These are the involuntary muscles, and they are under the control of the autonomic nervous system. And these muscles, as the term itself suggests, that the smooth muscles, they are present in the wall of the digestive tract or the urogenital tract, circulatory tract system, or in the respiratory system. So they are also found in the interior of the eye, in the skin, in the sense organs sensory organs also, these smooth muscles are found, that is in the interior of the eye, in the skin, and in the ducts of the glands. Then the third type is the cardiac muscles. These muscles are found in the heart of animals or vertebrates. So they are named as the cardiac muscles. So cardiac muscles, from the terminology you will come to know that these muscles are found in the heart of the animals or vertebrates. The fibers of these muscles are involuntary in nature, as their activities are again not under the control of the central nervous system, or are not under the control of will. So the cardiac muscles are also called as the involuntary muscles. The fibers of these muscles, but its fibers exhibit branching and contain the myofibrils and filaments of actin and myosin, and are arrayed similarly to those in the skeletal muscles. So these cardiac muscles also show that they are made up of the myofibrils or myofilaments composed of the actin and myosin filaments, and they are arranged just similar to that of the skeletal muscles.